What's up, guys? So I made a video about all the things that have happened to me or that I've done or that I did in 2017. That was a terrible way to start off this video. That is terrible. Scratch that. Scratch that. Let's start over. What's up, guys? So I made a video about all the things that either happened to me or I did or I accomplished in 2017. I'm doing this video for myself so that in the future I can come back and look at it and be like, oh, cool. That's what I did in 2017 or that's what happened in 2017, because I don't have the best memory, and so I feel that this is a solid way of coming back or going back in time and seeing what happened. I'm not doing this in any way to like show off what I did in 2017. I like documented a couple of things that went wrong as well, because Kendrick Lamar told me to be humble, and so this is me doing that. That was a joke, by the way. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started with January, the first month of the year. January. So apparently I didn't document anything during January. I checked my calendar, pictures, and videos, and I couldn't find anything, so we're just gonna have to skip over the month. And I know it's a lame start to the video, but I promise it gets better. February. During the weekend of the 3rd, I was part of a conference called Summit. I was actually part of the leadership group. It's a conference that teaches you about purposeful reflection and self-awareness. On the 13th, I became the first and only officially recognized Maze Transformational Leader. A big reason for me being recognized as a Maze Transformational Leader was because of my friend Ray Romo, so shout out to my boy. On the 15th, Logan, a friend of mine, started an intramural co-ed soccer team for Forward, and we did absolutely terrible. Our season ended like 0-4 or something, and I don't think we scored a single goal throughout the entire season. During the weekend of the 17th, I was also part of another conference called the Leadership Initiative Conference. This is a conference in which we invite a bunch of talented high school seniors from across Texas into Maze Business School to teach them about the culture of Maze and low-key try to convince them to come to Maze. On the 20th, 2 of my best friends went bald just because, and it's up there as one of the best days of my life. On the 25th, I ran in a 5K that I didn't train for, but actually ended up in 3rd place, so that was kind of cool. February the 26th, I got an email saying that I wasn't accepted to be a fish camp counselor. March. On the 14th, I quit my job as a leasing consultant. I had been working there for about a year and a half before I left. On the 15th, I went to San Antonio for spring break to be with my family, and we went to the Japanese tea garden. This was really all I did for spring break because I am a loser. The 25th was a day of big event, which is a school-wide service event at A&M. April. The 4th was pull-out day. This was the day that I was finally able to whoop. If you don't attend Texas A&M, being able to whoop is an Aggie tradition that would take too long to explain. On the 8th, I ran a gladiator dash with friends, and I actually did pretty well considering I didn't train for this run either. I hope that in 2018, I actually start training for the races before they happen. Later on that same day, I found out Lauren Abiog would be my partner for a course that we would go on and teach in the fall semester called the Freshman Business Initiative. Easter weekend, I spent it with the family in Dallas, and I did Easter things like crack eggs on people. The 17th, I had my first ever Q drop. A Q drop is when you drop a course before it affects your GPA. Well, I Q dropped for the first time on April 17th because I wasn't doing so hot in a class, and it was a very sad day in my life. The 18th was the day of the Forward banquet, which I think went pretty well. 2 days later, I attended the Theta Formal with some great friends. On the morning of the 21st, some amazing friends and I went to the Pope's Bay House. Seriously cannot sum up how much fun I had. Elizabeth, thank you and your family for being such amazing hosts. The same night, I drove back to College Station because some really good friends of mine had a ring dunk. This is when people at Texas A&M place their Aggie ring in a pitcher of beer and drink it all as fast as possible. May. On the 1st, I got an email telling me that I was accepted to be a Phillips 66 Shield Scholar. I still have no idea how this happened, but I'm very grateful to Phillips. The following day was the day my Marketing 321 group and I presented our final presentation. I was just really happy we got it over with. The 9th was the day my roommate got a flat tire. The funny part is that his spare tire was also his flat. So think about that for a second. We changed his flat tire to his spare tire, which also happened to be flat. This man was carrying a flat tire as his spare. We spent a solid day helping him, but what are friends for, right? The 11th, I had a good number of friends graduate. Still miss all of my graduated friends. Shout out to all of them. I know they're doing big things. May 22nd, I got another really exciting email stating that I had just become a Sutherland Aggie leader. June. On the 10th, I moved to Dallas, Texas, aka D-Town Boogie. My cousins Valerie and George were kind enough to allow me to live in their house over the summer. The reasons why I moved to Dallas is because on the 12th, I started my summer internship with KPMG, an accounting firm. That's right, your boy worked in corporate America over the summer. From the 14th through the 16th, KPMG sent myself and other interns to training in none other than New Jersey. This is where I met some really cool interns from across the nation, like my boy Brandon, who attends Notre Dame and interned over at Chicago. The Houston and Dallas office, which consists of mostly students from UT, U of H, and Texas A&M, got together and took a picture because the state of Texas is full of themselves and think they're better than everybody else. After dark, a group of cool interns, including myself, got together and decided to leave the hotel room, get on the subway, and take a trip to New York. This was my first time in the Big Apple. Times Square literally looks the same in person as it does in the movies, which is crazy to me. I turned 20 on June 21st. My coworkers got me a cake, which was really nice of them. My friends Steph and Vanessa took me to Pluckers. George and I went to the Boiling Crab, and my friends came all the way from Laredo to visit me and celebrate my birthday. July. I started July by running 8 miles. I ran for an entire hour and a half. And no, this was not planned. I started running around the White Rock Lake, but I didn't realize the circumference of the lake was 8 miles, so once I was 4 miles in, there was no turning back because going forward was the same number of miles as going backwards. So yeah, I ran 8 miles. The next day was Independence Day. George and I started the day off by kayaking in White Rock Lake. We then went on to watch a parade happen somewhere in Dallas, which was actually a lot of fun despite the heat. On the 13th, the interns and I took this picture with Miss Jennifer Neal. This is just a reminder that I'm still interning during this time. On the 19th, I joined the Office Kickball team. You know you're becoming an adult when you join the Office Kickball team. We went on to play in the championship match, but unfortunately were not able to walk away with a trophy. July 25th was the day that KPMG recruiters took us to a Texas Rangers baseball game, and I caught a home run. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. We also sat in the all-you-can-eat section, and it did not disappoint. Let's just keep it moving to July 27th, which was the day some amazing partners and managers at the company invited the interns to have dinner at a fancy place in downtown Dallas. I returned to Globe Life Park on the 31st, but this time with George. The Rangers lost 6-4. I also took an L because I spent $10 whole on nachos I did not finish. August. On the 8th, I jumped back into a plane. This time your boy was headed straight to Vegas. I went to Las Vegas because I was competing in a case competition. I, along with 3 friends, were representing the wonderful Texas A&M University. We competed against 21 other schools. The craziest part is that there were 4 finalists. The 4 finalists consisted of the University of Texas at Austin, University of Houston, University of Texas at San Antonio, and last but not least, Texas A&M University. Only Texas schools moved on. Unfortunately, we did not win. Texas schools again took a picture together because I don't know if I said this already, but we're full of ourselves. After the competition, I headed out to see the lights and walk the strip. While in Vegas, I lost $300, but that's a conversation for another time. I arrived back in Dallas on August 11th around 1 in the morning and went straight to sleep because I had to get ready to go back to my last day of work the next morning. On the 16th, I said goodbye to D-Town Boogie and moved back to College Station. Again, I can't thank Valerie and George enough for allowing me to stay in their house over the summer. This is their baby boy named Benicio, which I occasionally took care of and love very much. On the 26th, friends got together to watch a Mayweather versus McGregor fight because literally everyone else was watching it, so it was just something you had to be doing on this day. Due to Hurricane Harvey, school was actually canceled for the first 2 days of classes. September. On the 2nd, I, along with Forward, participated in a service event known as Beat the Hell Out of Harvey, where we gathered donated goods and put them in trailer trucks to reach the people of Houston and surrounding areas that were affected by Hurricane Harvey. The 9th marked the beginning of college football at Cal Field. During this time, I still had high hopes for the season. On the 16th, the boxing world set up another amazing matchup, but this time between Canelo and Triple G, and let me tell you that this fight did not disappoint. On the 17th, I found out that I was accepted into the Business Student Council at Mays, which was cool because I had gotten rejected the year before, so I'm glad I didn't make the same mistakes as last year. On the 21st, I joined an indoor intramural soccer team with friends from BSC. I also joined BSC's intramural volleyball team, but we don't talk about it because our season was rubbish. The following day, I had some friends receive their Aggie Bling. Shout out to them. September 30th was a super special day in which my sister invited me to go with her to a Paramore concert in Dallas. Here are some quick clips that I feel are worth sharing and watching. October. The next day, October 1st, my parents, sister, and I headed over to the AT&T Stadium and watched the Dallas Cowboys play against the LA Rams. It was a tragic 35-30 loss, but I did have Todd Gurley playing for my fantasy football team, so it was a bittersweet loss. On the 6th, Mays came out with a series of Mays Transformational Leader videos, and I was not only featured in the videos, but I was also featured on the thumbnail. So I was famous for like a day. I put the video in this video because I need proof for my future kids to see that I did something during college. The MTL portfolio helps me be my best self. On the 27th, I received a letter letting me know I had been rejected from the Fellows program. That same day, Business Student Council went to Austin for a corporate trip that I helped plan. The trip ended with BSC meeting the undergraduate business council for McCombs Business School over at the University of Texas for dinner. This event was special to me because it is something that I played a big role in planning, and when it all came to fruition, I feel as though it went pretty well. Halloween was a sad day because a loved advisor in the Mays community left to go work in Chicago. We held a going away dinner in which speeches were made and tears were shed. I don't know if you're seeing this, you are missed. During Halloween celebrations, I dressed up as a male A&M nurse. November 1st was a day that made history in Houston. This is probably my favorite picture from this year. The Houston Astros beat the LA Dodgers in Game 7 of the World Series. November 1st was also the date that I had a tweet of mine go viral. I'm talking over 200 retweets and 600 favorites. This has been my most viral tweet to date. 3 days later, A&M played Auburn in college football. This is where Ray Romo took this wonderful picture of mine that you've seen a couple times throughout this video. On November 17th, Danielle got her Aggie ring. This picture later went on to serve as my Facebook cover photo. Thanksgiving break came to save me from dying of school stress, and I was able to see the family that I love so dearly. November 28th was one of the saddest days of my existence. We're back to talk about intramural indoor soccer. Notice how in the other picture we're smiling, and this one we're not. Unfortunately, it was a perfect story with an imperfect ending. We lost in the championship by 1 goal. December 1st, friends and I held a Friendsgiving because it's never too late to be thankful for friends, right? On the 2nd, the Freshman Business Initiative held the end of the year banquet. I also won Mr. Mays, which was cool. I went home and put that on my resume that same night. This is just a picture of the 20 freshmen that Lauren and I taught during the fall semester. On December 4th, we held the end of the year BSC banquet. December 7th was the day that snow fell in College Station, Texas. This was the day before finals, but nobody cared because the whole city was out playing in the snow, building snowmen, and throwing snowballs. Did I mention snow? December 15th was the day that I found out that I had been accepted into the Professional Program of Accounting, or the PPA, at Mays Business School. Still not very sure how I made it in, but I'm very thankful that I did. I ended the year celebrating Christmas and New Year's with my family. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. It's always something special for me to come home for the holidays and see my family. Guys, if you watched all of that and listened to me speak that fast with my accent, I appreciate you. You're a true friend, and thank you for watching all of it. I hope that in 2017, I hope that in 2018, we grow to be better people, and we're kind to one another, and we listen, and we're compassionate, and we're understanding, because we're all human beings and we all deserve better. No, but seriously, I really hope that 2018 is one for the Bucks, and I had a pretty decent 2017. I hope that you did too. Thanks for being my friend and watching this. If you're not my friend, be my friend. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Peace.